The Reds have had a rocky last decade, with only 2 playoff appearances resulting in losses in both 2013 and 2020 wildcard rounds. For a while, things haven't looked great, and it seemed like Cincinnati great Joey Votto would end his career without another playoff appearance. However, this team is so exciting, and their fans should be ecstatic about the future. And while the Reds have already called up a bevy of prospects, there's a lot more help on the way. Let me introduce you to the newest Red call-up, Christian Encarnacion Strand. The corner infielder was drafted in the 4th round by Minnesota and traded to the Reds for Tyler Mahle in 2022, along with current Reds young stud Spencer Steer. Bit of a lopsided deal. After a year and a half in the Reds minor leagues, CES was banging on the door of the majors. His 2022 minor league season saw 32 homers, 31 doubles, and 104 RBIs. Massive 955 OPS, he couldn't be ignored by the big league club. Encarnacion Strand was called up and started his first game on July 17th. The next day, pitch hitting in the 5th inning, CES collected his first career hit.
Rocket job, left field, his first hit is an upper deck.
With the Reds down 2 to the Giants, he stepped up to the dish and launched a 3-run, 420-foot nuke to deep left field. Absolutely mesmerizing and an awesome way to start your career. Encarnacion Strand's pop looks legit. Scouts are a bit worried about his strikeout rate, which sat at a 25.5% in 2022. If he can cut down on the whiffs, Encarnacion Strand is posed to be in the middle of a potent lineup for years to come. The Reds' recent history of trade acquisitions is looking real good right about now. Their current top prospect and 16th ranked prospect in the MLB is Noelvi Marte. In 2018, he was signed by the Mariners, later traded to Cincinnati for Luis Castillo. The shortstop and third baseman is currently hanging out in AAA Louisville. He hit to the tune of a 794 OPS across AA Chattanooga and AAA Louisville last season. Additionally, he showed tons of raw power out the gate with 19 home runs in 115 minor league games last season. He has a great eye at the plate. He's skillful at drawing walks and limiting strikeouts. It's a bit tough to find a spot for Noelvi right now, with all the aforementioned loads of talent on the left side of the infield. He currently sits behind Ellie De La Cruz and Mac McLean, with Encarnacion Strand also available at third. But there's no rush to bring him up right now, despite solid numbers in AAA. Furthermore, if the Reds are going to make a huge splash at the deadline, because of the logjam they have in the infield, he could be a key piece to go in a trade. Or if they can find a place for him on that loaded roster. Expect to see him late 2023 or early 2024. Another infield prospect. Oh boy. Edwin Arroyo is already the 24th ranked prospect in the MLB and the Reds' number 2. He was drafted in round 2 of the 2021 draft out of high school. Also moved in the Luis Castillo deal. Sorry, Mariners fans. Arroyo is a switch hitter, something pretty rare in today's MLB. In fact, only 13 switch hitters this year have had at least 300 at-bats. Arroyo is currently in High A Daytona and still working things out with a bat, but scouts are very high on him for a reason, and he'll have plenty of time to develop. After all, it's not like the Reds need another shortstop prospect. Barring a potential position move, perhaps some outfield work, his estimated arrival to the majors is in 2025. We look forward to see how he develops. Moving down the line, here is Reds' number 3 ranked prospect and number 55 overall in the MLB. Can you guess what position this guy plays? If you guessed left side infield, you would be correct. Taken in round 1 of the 2022 draft, the 18-year-old Collier was quickly regarded as an elite talent, further beefing up a stacked Reds farm system. Cam is the son of former major leaguer Lou Collier, who played 8 seasons between Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Montreal, Boston, and Philly. So, baseball runs in the family, but Cam seems to have a much better trajectory than his old man. His left-handed bat and offensive ceiling should have Reds fans extremely excited. With so many third basemen in that farm system, expect to see Collier moving around the field with a projected arrival date of 2025. The top pitching prospect for the Reds is Chase Petty, another great player acquired in a trade. Petty was drafted in the first round at 26 overall by the Twins. During the draft, the Reds were reportedly close to selecting Petty, but opted to draft current second baseman Matt McLean at pick 17. It's clear that the Red scouts like this kid, having acquired him for Sonny Gray back in 2021. He now sits at number 5 on the Reds' top prospects. Petty's fastball hovers around a 95, but he has hit triple digits on the gun back in high school. He's also armed with a mid-80s slider that can generate strikeouts and a slowly progressing changeup. His numbers in high A Dayton look great too, with a 1.93 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, and 42 strikeouts in 37 1/3 innings this season. I would not be surprised to see him promoted soon. The Reds seem to have demand for starting pitching. Former number 2 Reds prospect Hunter Green looks like a high strikeout ace for years to come, despite some recent injury trouble. In addition, Andrew Abbott has come up this year and pretty much dominated to the tune of a 2.10 ERA and a 916 WHIP. But there are plenty of question marks in the future of that rotation, like Nick Lodolo and Graham Ashcraft, who'd shown some promise to the start of the season, but struggles and injuries derailed their year. Petty is still only 20. But Red scouts think they've captured lightning in a bottle with the young righty. Look for Petty to make his debut at some point in 2025. And finally, this year's first-round selection, Rhett Lauder. The 6'3", 21-year-old with luxurious locks was picked 7th overall in 2023 out of Wake Forest. As the second selected pitcher in the draft, many believe Lauder to be the most polished pitcher of his class. Lauder is armed with 3 pitches he already has tremendous command of. He's equipped with 2 pinpoint flashballs, a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer, the former being able to hit 96 miles per hour. Meanwhile, his slider has some serious break on it. Hitting 84 to 87 miles per hour, this nasty pitch can be used to get lots of swings and misses. And finally, his changeup has the ability to effortlessly fade and dive quite quick. This pitch falls between 84 and 87 miles per hour and is a great complement to the fastball. Lauder may not be as dominant as the first overall pick Skeens, who can hit 102 with his fastball. However, Lauder's already strong 3-pitch mix suggests he could be one of the best pitchers in his class. Lauder will have lots of time to fill out in the Reds minor league system, with the hope of him becoming a top-of-the-rotation starter in a few years. We're excited to see how the Reds end up, hopefully better than the most disappointing players so far in 2023. If you're interested in that, click here.